vibe coding with Catherine and Herschel. I am excited for this episode. In the first episode, Catherine, what did we do?
What did we do? Oh my goodness. We learned a lot of stuff. So we first thing that we tried to learn was we used Windsurf and we used workers and we tried to vibe code Flappy Bird. My key word being tried. It didn't go that well, but it was an interesting experience. Definitely learned a lot of stuff, and it was cool to use these tools for the first time. And Harshil is a great teacher and very patient, so it's fun to work with him.
Awesome. Thank you so much for the compliment. You have been doing fantastic. I have getting like a really good response from folks like, hey, we want to see more, we want to learn more, and Catherine is amazing. So let's do more of these things.
I'm
I'm
blushing.
excited to do it with you again. Uh, and the tools that we used in the first one was build.cloudflare.dev. So if someone wants to try to vibe code their application, you can just go in there, ask the AI to build an application, and it's going to do that for you. Once you are happy with that, okay, you can also try the application within the platform itself, which is fantastic. So you can try it out in the platform. We try to play the game in the platform itself. We were terrible at the game. But you can also deploy the application once you're happy with the changes or with the application itself, and it gets deployed to your Cloudflare account. So that's what we did in the last one. We also looked into Windsurf, as Catherine mentioned, and we tried to set up Windsurf with the Cloudflare MCP's Cloudflare's documentation MCP server. We ran into an issue, and that was that we did not had Node.js installed on Catherine's laptop. Now, for the folks who don't know what Node.js is, it is basically think of it like a programming language similar to Python, Java, C, C++. You might have heard a couple of these names, right? So you can just go search on Google how to download Node.js. Oh wait, why am I saying Google? You can ask AI how to download Node.js because AI is going to give you all the step-by-step instructions and you can download it. We have done that before the live stream because we thought that would be a better way to like focus main on the vibe coding part of it and not on the installation part of Node.js. So Catherine, are we ready?
We are ready. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Awesome. So Catherine, let's open up Windsurf and let's share the
I'll share my
screen.
screen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's Windsurf.
All right. So we have Windsurf open over here. Now I think Catherine, you were asking me in the chat like what is Windsurf, and there was another question with that. Uh,
Yeah, like what is Windsurf? Are there alternatives to Windsurf?
awesome.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
these were kind
So
of my questions.
So Windsurf is think of it like you use Google Docs and Google Sheets to like manage your event stuff, right? You whether if
Hmm.
you're writing some kind of like an article or something, you use Google Docs. If you are like creating tables for your events, you use Google Sheets, right?
Sheets.
So
Hmm.
think
I'm a
of
big Sheets fan.
sorry,
I'm a big fan of Sheets. I love to make sheets.
I want to learn how to use Sheets from you one day.
Oh, it is a fun thing. I love it.
So coming back to Windsurf, think of it like an application which allows you to write code more easily in a
Mhm.
more systematic way. Because in like the applications like Google Docs or Google Sheet, you are actually using English, right? So it's more easy for you to understand what is going on. But in
Absolutely.
programming, it's English but not really English. There is like syntax, there is a different format on how you write things and stuff like that. So you need a special tool for that, and that is what Windsurf does over here.
Cool.
The fun
So
thing
it's a
is,
trans. So it's a translator.
in a way, kind of, yeah, you can think of it as a translator. It does not really. The way I like to think about it is, it's like a Google Doc for writing code.
Okay.
Yeah, because we are not like it's not translating anything for us. It's like helping us write the code.
Okay. Thanks,
So
Harshil.
that's Windsurf, and the good thing about Windsurf is that it comes with like the AI tooling in itself. So in the last episode, we saw something called Cascade that Windsurf has.
Mhm.
So it
Yes.
is like, oh yeah, awesome. So you already have Cascade open in here. So you can
Yes.
basically chat with AI. You can tell AI to do like build stuff. Let's try something. Let's try asking a question. What do you want to know?
Me,
Yeah.
I don't know what I want to know. How long is it going to snow today?
So that's a fun thing. Okay, this also that's like a fantastic question because while you can ask that question, the chat interface in Windsurf is mainly fine-tuned or it's prompted to work better with code. So if you try to ask it to do like a very general stuff, it is gonna do it, but it's not gonna be as efficient as you do it in like I don't know like just the in Gemini, right?
Okay.
Because it's very much prompted to be like a code assistant for us.
Okay. So
So
is this a
me,
bad question to ask?
we can try. There's no bad question, right? Under the hood, it's basically AI. So if
Okay.
it can answer it, it is gonna answer. If it cannot answer, it is gonna hallucinate and give us like a wrong answer.
Okay, we'll try. It's going to produce something, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
So before you do that, can you like use the command key and the plus icon to zoom in with your screen? Yeah, just one
More?
more maybe. Awesome.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So like let's ask it. What was
Ask
the
how long
question?
is it going to snow today
Yeah, let's do that.
in Munich?
Perfect. Right. I like how you specified the location. Let's ask this and see what it does. I've never done this before, so I'm also very curious what it's gonna do. Ooh, as you see, it is now using like a tool which it has, which is like a search tool. So it is gonna search the internet. So it's going to this weather.com website. It's trying to
Okay.
find that information, and now it is giving you that information over here. Now this becomes really useful when
Mm-hmm.
you are, like doing anything with code, because we are doing stuff, we are building stuff, and we don't know what we want to do, or if we are stuck with something, right? So
Yeah,
what
like
this is going to
your
do
ideas.
exactly.
Yeah.
So if let's just say we want to do something with Cloudflare workers, we don't know what it does. We can ask Windsurf or Cascade over here, and Cascade is going to search the internet for us and give us that information.
Okay, so it's asking me now, if you tell me roughly what time it is now for you, I can narrow it down from until when about X o'clock it may snow. So should I tell them it's 3 o'clock?
Yeah,
So I'm helping it to narrow down its thinking. Is that what I'm like?
exactly. So you are giving it direction. You are not just like saying, "Hey, tell me this." It tried to get the information for you, but it understood. All right, I have this information, but I don't know what time is it, so I cannot give the precise answer, and that's why it prompted you to give a more direction, or over here ask for like a question, right?
Cool. And that's also cool news. 3 to 5 more hours of snow. That's exciting.
Wow, I am jealous and not jealous at the same time.
It's the first
Because
snow of the year. I love it. It's like
in
magic.
Berlin, we did not get snow, but I went for a walk after lunch and I saw like a bit of snow. So I don't know when it actually snowed.
Oh,
So I
I
think
see it.
last night it did.
I'm looking at it from the window, so that's my
I'm
view.
so jealous. I'm so jealous. Hopefully in Berlin it's gonna snow. Let's see.
It will.
All right. Now before we move on to the next part, I see there is a question in the chat. They're asking what's your go-to model currently. So for me, I have been using Claude Code a lot, and Claude Code is like my go-to thing. So I would say Sonnet 4.5 is my go-to model. Uh,
Is it in here? Because I remember last time we were looking
with
at.
that, yes. So if you see, there are a lot of options. There
Okay,
is
but there's
Sonnet
pause
4.5
on it.
thinking. Yep, exactly. So that's another good thing with Windsurf over here is that it gives you options on like the models that you can select. If you use a tool like Claude Code, which is my favorite by the way, you are stuck with only the models that Claude provides. I think there is a way that you can also have more models in there. I'm not 100% sure, I haven't tried that, but that's one thing.
So last time we kind of talked about how these are like different tastes. So like if you have different tastes, you will use different
Yeah.
things. So do you get to like the more you play with them, do you start to learn the tastes and then you kind of develop your own palette? Like you're like, oh, I really prefer this and I prefer that, and it's like a personal choice, do you think? Or do you think like there's different ones you'd use for different tasks?
That's a really good question. Hmm. And so the way I try to do it is, so one thing in my experience I have understood is that these models are good at a lot of stuff, but you need to know how to talk to them. So the more
Okay.
you use a model, the more you understand how that model works. So I'll give you an example of how I use Sonnet 4.5. So it's a wonderful model. It works for me. But the reason it works for me is because I provided all the required tools. Now, in the
Okay.
last session, we tried to have an MCP server added to Cascade. So let's try to do that again because that is one of the tools that I provide to Sonnet.
Hmm.
That because that allows Sonnet to have all the context of our developer platform. So if
Gotcha.
I am using any of our products, let us say R2, D1, workers, queues, durable objects, whatever it is, now Sonnet has the context, Sonnet has the information, so it knows, it goes to that documentation, understands what it needs to do, and then does the job for me. So that's one thing. The other thing is people try to build like a full application in just one try, which hardly works.
Yeah, we learned that last week.
So the way I like to do is set up the base of the project, which we're gonna
Okay.
do it today as well. Once we set up that base of the project, we're gonna try to do one feature at a time. So it's
Hmm.
not like overwhelming the model because if you think about just like a developer, right? If you throw a developer like a full stack application, like hey, build me this thing.
Hmm.
Even as a developer, we break things down into like
Yeah.
different steps, and it's not just for developers. It's like for any kind of
Yeah.
role you do, right? I'm,
Yeah.
I'm, I'm sure with what you do with events, you also have the same thing, right?
Absolutely.
So that's what we basically want to do over here, like break things down and give our AI one step at a time. All right, I've been speaking a lot. Let's take a look at the MCP server that we tried to configure last time.
Hmm.
So do you remember how we did that?
Oh, I just remember we did it and it didn't work. That's what I.
No worries. So I think if you click on like the, how do you put the plug icon in the
Yes.
cascade,
Mhm.
yeah. Let's go to let's click on that on the top. There is like this icon. I don't know how do you call it, the settings icon. I
This little
think.
thing.
Yeah.
Oh, this is
So
what we did
we
last time. See?
yeah we did it last time. Let's see if you can close the cascade for now because I want to see the whole
Close
code.
the casket. Sorry.
Yeah.
How do I do that?
So as you see, there is like a close
This
button for
X, like
cascade.
just
Oh
close
no,
this.
that's gonna close the MCP config file.
That's what I should do.
No, no, no. We want that open. So if you
So,
go to cascade, the chat window where we're chatting, there's a close
this,
button to close that.
huh?
On the top, if you
Close
go.
this.
Yeah, perfect.
Gotcha. Sorry.
Otherwise, uh, it's difficult to like navigate when you're on the live stream. It's completely fine. It's completely fine. It's normal.
Oops.
All
Okay,
right, I
now.
see we have this running. Let's just do Command S to save this.
Hmm.
And you can close this and let's open Cascade again.
Close this.
Yeah,
And how do I open Cascade again?
just click on the W sign next to search. Yep. Okay, I'm just trying to think over here. Let's click on the icon again to just see the MCP servers and click on, can we click on, yeah, let's click on that. Yeah, let's click on the Cloudflare one.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Ooh, red.
okay, let's try to click on the disable thing to see if we can enable it.
Nope.
That is interesting. Okay. Uh, if this is not working, that's completely fine. I am gonna try to figure it out why. But let's move on to the next part. For this, at least we can have like the base project set up and try to add one feature in here so that you have your app to with one functionality. How does that sound?
Sounds great. Whatever you, I'm trusting you here. You're my guide today.
Awesome. All right. Okay. Hopefully I figured this out. But before we do that, do you want to like do a recap of what we want to build, like what you want to build?
Yeah, so as we discussed last week, we use a platform called Luma for our event registration. And something that would be really helpful is that when we're planning an event in a specific city, that we're pulling from that registration from other events that we've had in that city, we're pulling from that registration list and we're automatically inviting those people to the future events. I know we talked about we all can relate. We all have jobs or we all have tasks within our jobs that are very time consuming, take some time. That would be super helpful if they were automated. So this is one of those tasks. I was talking with Harshil about this in the past, and he was like, you can do it yourself. So that's why we're here.
Awesome. I love this. So let's do this. Let's take it step by step. The first thing we want to do is try to create a simple Cloudflare application, right? So what I want you to do is, I'm trying to think if we can do it within Windsurf. So if you see that or maybe we can just try to do it with that. Okay, just give me a second, just trying to find the easiest way to do it.
Take your time.
Okay.
One step at a time, as you said, right?
Exactly. So if you hit Command Shift P on Windsurf, it is going to open up a panel. Awesome. And what we want to do is we want to open up a new terminal. So this is what you see a lot of developers doing. Just use the terminal. So let's just search for terminal. Yeah. So you can click on Create New Terminal. It can be Bash. That's fine.
Yeah, so what are the, what's the difference between all of these?
So it's basically how you want to use this. There are like different profiles, different ways of you can configure like a terminal. Everyone has their own preferences. Bash is like the bare bones, which is like, think of it like there is like no batteries included. So it gives like a bare bone thing. You might want to add more plugins by yourself. ZSH is very popular. It's open source. You can add ZSH, which will give you a lot of like shortcuts, which makes it easier to use your terminal. You can also use that to make your terminal look pretty. So if you want to like have some fancy things going on in your terminal, you can use that. So those are like all the different kind of options. You can select.
So one thing I'm learning is I guess there's a lot of like taste. So it's kind of like user taste involved in a lot of things.
Exactly. Now you might think we developers don't have opinions, but we have a lot of opinions when it comes to our stuff.
Actually, one thing I'm learning is it's much more artistic than I thought. So that's like a positive for me.
I love that. I'm convincing you. I'm bringing you to the developer side. I like that. Or maybe just let's see if you can do ZSH. I'm not sure if we can, but let's do. Yeah.
So the second one.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. So now that we have it in here, what we want to do is we want to create a new Cloudflare application.
Yeah.
And to do that, we will be using our own CLI tool, which is like a command line tool called C3 or Create Cloudflare. So if you do npm.
Where am I typing that? Sorry.
Yeah, in the terminal itself.
Where's the term?
Yeah.
Oh, I lost the terminal.
Oh no, it's just below like the custom MCP server. If you see that.
Oh, this is the terminal.
Yeah, this is the terminal.
Oh my gosh. What am I supposed to type?
Just do npm.
Oh.
Space create space Cloudflare. Yeah, and just hit enter. We're gonna hit enter again. So what we are doing is installing the Cloudflare package in your project, in your laptop, and then what do you want to call this project?
What do we want to call it? Like Luma registration invites or something? Luma.
Yeah. Or you can just call it, I think, Luma automation or something.
Yeah.
Because
where do I type? Do I just type
more
it?
stuff? Yeah, just start typing. So okay. Now because you did that, one thing you can hit enter, but it is going to give you kind of an error, or it is going to do it automatically. Most of the time you cannot have a space.
So I need you to have no space.
Yeah.
But I can't go back.
The other way you can do it is have Luma -automation. There's different ways on how you want to do stuff, right? You don't have to really do that, but just like, yeah. Another option over here. Yeah. Then you can just hit enter.
Error.
As you can see, it also should contain only lower cases. You have uppercase in there,
Oh, and no dashes. Oh,
and
wait.
but it
Oh,
can
dashes
have
are okay.
dashes. Yeah.
Sorry. Okay. So, oh yeah. So it has to be.
Yep.
Enter.
Enter. And now we give you a couple of options, right? How do you want to like start with? If you want to like have a very barebone application, if you want to have a framework, if you want to have like an application starter, so let's just you building like a very common application. We have templates for that as well. Or if you want to get something that someone has already created and that is open source, available on GitHub, so you can do that as well.
Okay.
In here, I know what we want to do, and what we want to do is like have a framework because we don't want to install all the things by ourselves. So let's go ahead and select the framework starter.
How do I click on it?
You can just use the arrow keys.
Like,
Yep.
wow. Okay. And then I hit enter.
And then hit enter, and it is giving us all the list of frameworks that you can deploy. Right? This is like list, but you can do more than this over here. And one of my favorite is Hono, obviously,
Is it obviously? Why obviously?
because it is very easy to use. It does not require like a lot of for me it does not require like a lot of thinking because I have been using it for a while, so it's like quite straightforward as well. So it has like for
So
me
this
a
is
very simple.
another taste question. So like different people have different tastes here also.
Exactly. Also, it depends on what kind of application someone is building because this is like a simple application we want to use for ourselves, does not have a lot of complexities. Hono is for me like the perfect framework. Oftentimes, people select a framework for like a simple application, which makes things complex.
We don't want complex, please.
We don't want complex, exactly. All right, so let's hit enter. It is gonna do. Hono, yes. Let's enter this. It needs to create install the create Hono package, so we can do yes.
And now it's thinking.
Awesome. So, if you remember in the last episode, we just asked AI to create a project for us, or like create
The flap.
the Flappy Bird game for us. In there was a step which was called bootstrapping the project. This is what we are doing over here. So we are basically bootstrapping the project. For now, I would say do a no
give me a brief
because
definition of bootstrapping?
Sorry.
Can you give me like a definition of bootstrap? Like bootstrapping for dummies, like what would that be? Like
think of it like just setting up your project, or think of it like setting up like the Google Docs for your article that you're doing, or like the sheet that you are like creating for the event, right? Or if you want to take it in a different direction, think of it like creating a event on Luma, which is still not public, right? But you are like still configuring things in there.
It's draft mode.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. For now, I don't know if Git is installed on your machine, so let's just go with no.
Likely no.
Yeah, we can figure out that later. So let's do a no, and we can deploy it on Cloudflare. But for now, also let's just keep a no. All right. So we have our application installed or bootstrapped over here.
Bootstrap.
Now, exactly, bootstrap or setup over here, right? Now what we can do is we can open this application in Windsurf. So in the terminal itself, if you write Windsurf and do a space and then Luma -automation, and let's just hit enter. Now, okay, we don't have that configured. That's all right. We can do it another way. If you click on the open folder option on the left, okay, I am trying to figure out where it created the application for you. Can we do a search? Let's do a search.
What should I search? Luma?
Luma, yeah. Okay,
There it
you can
is.
just select it and click on open.
Click on just
Open, yeah, just click on the open over there.
boom, boom.
And yes, we trust the author over here because it is asking like, hey, this is a project that I don't know, I have not used before. Should I trust it or not? That is one good security practice that you should do if you are just using someone else's code from the internet. Make sure you just don't trust it blindly. All right, so we have the project in here. Do you want to try asking questions now to Cascade about this project?
Yes, we want to use Cascade because I don't speak code, right?
Yeah.
So I click on this one.
No, so click. All right,
How do I go back?
That's a new option for me. Yeah. I would say just open up the Cascade window.
So I'll close this.
Yeah. Close this.
Where's the Cascade
Again,
window again?
Just click on the W next to the
true.
stroke. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, what do you want to know about this project?
What do I want to know about this project?
Yeah.
How to do it?
Awesome. So let's take it step by step. Let's ask Cascade, like, hey, this is what I want to build. I want to deploy it on Cloudflare workers. Like I'm just saying it out right now. We can
I was
later.
I was verbatim.
My bad. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna tell it, hey, this is what we want to build. I want to use the Cloudflare developer platform, and it should be deployed on Cloudflare workers. So we want to give it context, right? And then what we are going to ask it, like, what are the things that I need, or how can we build this? So we're going to ask it, right? We are not going to ask it to directly jump into building it. We're going to ask it to what are the things.
What are the step-by-steps?
Exactly, to better understand how we can break this down.
So as much as my instinct wants to say, hey, to Cascade, I now know from last time that it uses tokens. So I'm not going to say, hey, I'm just going to say, go right into it. We, or I, maybe we're a team. I want to be a team with you. So we want to, use Luma, the Luma platform, for our events. Is this making sense so far?
Yeah.
I can't spell. For our events. And invite, and period. For new events or for future events. Does that make sense? We want to pull from past registrations that take place in the same city and invite the same folks to the new event. Does that make sense? Oh, I feel like that doesn't really make so sense. Does this make sense, Harshil? No.
Yeah, it does make sense to me. I'm curious to know from the chat if there is something we can improve in here. But this for me.
Yeah, let's ask our audience. I love audience participation. Let's see.
Yeah,
How can I improve?
Keep an eye on the chat. Let's still continue like adding more things over here.
Wait, I shouldn't do like enters and stuff because that's also taking tokens, right?
Yeah, I would say yeah. I mean, it's still fine. You can do it.
Okay.
You don't have to be too conscious about the tokens.
Yeah, because last time I was saying please and thank you and stuff, and you were like, I'm not sure. Okay. So then I want to say,
We also want to specify that we want to use Cloudflare Developer Platform for this.
Want to use Claude Developer.
Cloudflare?
Oh, sorry. Cloudflare Developer Platform
to build this.
For this.
I would say to build this.
Build
or to build this app.
App on workers. Yeah? Order? Yes?
Yeah.
Perfect. Now I say, please, no please, give me a step-by-step for how to do this. A detail or just like this? Should we ask the audience if they have any feedback before I send this?
I don't see any messages popping in, so maybe we can go ahead with this for now.
Okie dokie. Let's see.
So again, this is like the good thing about using AI. Don't just go and like ask AI to build stuff. Ask AI to break it down for you. Try and understand what is needed in here, because I have built applications, like full-blown applications with AI, and that it tried to add features which were not needed. And when I was trying to look at the code to understand why is it here, it took me a while to like understand. And at one point I was like, okay, I'm just going to leave it over here. It's like too much work for me. I'm going to come back to it later. And I never did that.
Yeah.
So that's one thing that you want to make sure, like, break it down and see how it works.
One thing that I like about them breaking it down is, I really like my history. I'm an artist, like not artist, but like I study music and I really like creativity and stuff. And I've always been very, very fearful of AI taking away creativity. But I think actually like having that step-by-step breakdown, it allows you to also be creative in a way where you're like, I want this, I don't want this. And it gives you more options, as opposed to saying do it and then it creates something without your input,
Yeah.
There's still that like human aspect, which for me is something that I've always been worried about with AI, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. Sure.
So it looks like we have some steps. I'm scrolling up to the top.
Yeah, let's go. Wait, we still have to go on the top, I think.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Woo. This is going to take a long time, Harshil. I don't know if we can do this in an hour.
We got only 15 minutes left, so that's why I.
Oh, we definitely don't have time. Okay, come on. Gotta speed it up.
So,
Put this in two
invite.
times.
So the flow is, the input can be like a new Luma event in the city X. So X is over there. Input, past Luma registrations from the events in the same city. All right, the output is invitations to those people. All right, so what do we need? Let's scroll down a bit. It says we need to store the past registration, a way to get new registration. All right. Okay, I can tell that this is going in the wrong direction.
In the wrong direction.
Yeah, if you scroll down, let's just go scroll down a bit more again. Yeah, okay. So this is going in the wrong direction because Luma provides us with API.
Okay.
So we can
So I need
use
to
that
clarify
API.
that maybe.
Okay. What do you want me to clarify?
Do I need to clarify like to the machine, to this our friend here, Cascade, that Luma already has API?
Yeah. Luma already has API, so we need to specify it like, hey, Luma already has API and we want to use that. And while you do that, I'm gonna explain people what API is, because again, this is a stream for everyone. So if you're new to developing any application, we got you covered. So API basically stands for Application Programming Interface, which I kind of got recalled by Catherine. Catherine knows what API is. But the main functionality of an API is to allow different systems to talk to each other, right? Because we want to talk to Luma, Luma needs to provide us an API. So think of it like a service. You call up a restaurant, you ask for a delivery, you ask for them to get you some food. They send a delivery person to you, right? So either they are providing that service to you, which is like delivering the food from their restaurant to your house, or they are tying up with like a third-party service which does the delivery for you, right? So think of API something like that, which is kind of delivering the data from one service to the other service. Does that make it clear?
Yes.
Okay.
Thanks, Harshil. So while you were explaining API, we got some updates. So I'll scroll up.
No, I think
Well,
you were going on the very top again.
oh, okay. So it keeps the history. Sorry.
Yes. Okay. So this is
Here,
where
one.
we want. All right. So Luma it just sends a webhook to our worker, expose our API. Your worker calls it our backfill details invites. HTTP endpoint for Luma webhooks. Does Luma have a webhook? I am very skeptical about this.
What is a webhook?
That's a good question. That's a really good question. Webhook is something I really love, and I wish every API had that. Because what webhook allows you to do is, let's just say you build your own. Okay, think of it. Think of webhook as something that is calling you to give you an update. As simple as that, right? So there
It's
is some.
calling you to give you an update.
Yeah. So let's just say you have like you something wonderful happen and you want to give me an update. You call me up, you give me an update. So think of
Hmm.
that as like a webhook, right? So in this context it is going to be maybe someone registered on Luma. So Luma
Okay.
calls
And
our
then-
application, exactly
Mm,
calls our application and says, hey, this person registered, these are the details, and then we can go ahead and save it in example D1,
cool.
right? So that is what a webhook is. I love that question and I love webhooks. Okay. All right. I still don't think this is giving us the correct answer.
Oh no.
Yeah. Again, this is AI. This is what happens, and that is why you never ask AI to just build an application in one shot. Always break it down.
Mm-hmm.
So the reason why it is not giving us the correct answer is we already have the data saved in Luma. We don't want to like duplicate that data and save it on like a database itself,
Okay.
because then it's gonna like we have to manage it, make sure that we have all the correct data in our database, which is a different hassle altogether. So
Okay.
a better way to do is just like use the data that is in Luma. So let's
Mm-hmm.
do this for now. If you can open the documentation for Luma.
I'm
I did
sorry.
share the link with you earlier.
Aha. You did. You did.
Yeah, exactly.
Here. Mm-hmm.
All right. So this is the documentation now. Almost all APIs out there, which are like public-facing APIs, have some sort of a documentation that you can view and understand what the capabilities are for an API.
That's
Right.
cool.
On this page, we are seeing that how you can just kind of get started here. What do you need? So if you're using Luma, you need like a Luma Plus subscription, which we already have configured. You need an API key, which is like a new thing.
What is an API key?
So the API key is like a secure password, which allows you to use that particular API. So whenever, let's just say if everyone has access to the Luma API, everyone has access to everyone's data. Because in
Okay.
Luma, you have your name, your email address, right? Also the
And we
city where you
definitely
live.
that's a big thing we want to protect, especially in EMEA.
Exactly. So we want to make sure that this data is secure, but still people can use it. So if you have an API key, you can use the data which is kind of related to your events.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yep. And then how do I like generating an API key? Is that like how do you get that?
So different applications have different ways of generating API keys. For Luma, as it says over here, you have to go to the Luma dashboard, you have to click on generate API, and then copy that API. One thing it also says that store it securely. So these API keys, you don't have to, you should not share it with anyone unless you are building an application with them. There is
Okay.
like a different process for that, but you basically don't share it with anyone, because if you share it with the people out there, they now have access to the data, to your
Yeah.
data basically, and you don't
Is there a
want
way to
that.
destroy it if like that accidentally happened?
Yeah. A lot of again, there's providers, they do give you the flexibility where you can delete an API key. So accidentally, maybe you exposed it. You can obviously delete that. Uh, One good recommendation is also to like keep on rotating those API keys. So let's just
Okay.
say every 6 months you can like update the API key in your application, so that if even if it got leaked without your knowledge, the person cannot access it after like the time period because you now have a new API key for this.
Gotcha. Security is important.
Security is really important, especially when you build with AI, because I have seen people exposing their API key and then anyone can just use that. Especially as I saw that with someone exposing that OpenAI's API key. So if you have that, you can basically use someone else's OpenAI credits to build your own chat application.
Oy.
Yeah, that's scary.
Yeah, not good.
So if you are building with AI, please make sure that you are not exposing your API keys. And if you're not sure if you are, ask AI. AI knows that. Ask AI. Ask it like, hey, now that we have the application running, now that we have stuff going on in here, how can we make our API keys secure? Just ask that, and AI will help you with that as well. Okay. So what we're gonna do is we have like not a lot of time over here. So let's copy the link for the docs.
This.
No. On the top, you can just copy the link from the top.
This URL?
No, on the top from the browser itself.
Oh, this.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then just go to Windsurf.
Back to our buddy Windsurf.
Let's do this. Fantastic. Now tell Windsurf, here is the documentation for Luma's API.
Did I spell docu? I can't spell. And then I just paste
it. And then I also tell it that we want to use the resources from Luma. We don't want to duplicate the data.
We don't want to duplicate the data?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Ba-bum.
Now, as you can see, it created a to-do list. All right. Now I have a list of the Luma API docs. Let me go understand what it actually does. Once it does that, it's going to move on to the next step, which is like try to understand how it can work with Cloudflare workers. And then it is going to give us the outline. So it is now creating the outline, which is good. Let's wait for a couple of more seconds. All right. Let's see. It's diving into that. So that's good.
Pseudocode.
Okay, let's go on the top. This is like the 10th step.
Yeah, okay.
And I don't really like what it is saying.
Oh, that's not good.
Okay. So it says extract.
That's 5. Oy.
Oh, wow, okay.
A lot of steps. There's like steps within the steps. That
Yeah.
sounds complicated. Okay.
Okay, so the core idea is source of truth is going to be Luma, detect a new city in an event,
That sounds
query
good.
Luma to find people who attend past events in that city. That's good. Ask
Yeah, this
Luma to
is
invite
good.
those people. Exactly. And optionally keep a tiny log of who we invited for which event so we never double send. I like this.
Mm-hmm.
So it now got the understanding of what we need to do.
Yeah, this is
Right.
correct. The core idea, thumbs up.
Awesome. Let's go and look at step 2. All right. It says you have to do this. It's like showing us the steps. That's fine. Get from Luma. We need that API key. We got that. It also is now showing how you can securely have this in your Cloudflare project, which is good. We want to keep it secure, so we know that AI knows that step. Let's move on to the next one. Decide how to trigger the flow or event created webhook.
Webhook, you're right.
Okay, so this is the step I think where we would have to give more input. So what, for the interest of time, what we can do right now is ask AI to create a document and save this plan in that document.
And I'm not typing it, but I'm thinking please, because I'm not wasting those tokens.
I think it should be fine. Like,
I
how
know,
many
but
tokens it's
no,
gonna burn?
it stuck with me when you said that.
It kind of stuck with me when my friend told that to me as well. So yeah.
But I think it in my head, like I feel like it knows that I'm saying please.
Does it?
I don't know, actually. I'd like to imagine so.
Like,
Okay, so it's still exploring.
it is
Sailing.
now.
I
It's
like
gonna
sailing.
working on that. Uh,
I like that it says
so
sailing because it's called windsurf. Diving. It's like very, do you get it? I don't know if they did that
I
on
get it.
purpose.
I get it. Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's on purpose, but I do find that branding pretty cool. Like swimming, windsurf, I think they did it on purpose.
This document is intended. Did it? No, it did not create the document. I think it is asking us to do that. If you scroll up, scroll up, scroll up, scroll up. I think I know why it is not creating a document for us. Let's do this. If you click on the chat, you remember how do we change the and let's
Switch
go to
mode.
let's click on that and let's go to code and let's ask that again. So please
Again?
create that document for me. Yeah.
Please create this in a document.
Yeah.
That's it?
Yeah. That should be it.
I did say
Do
please,
that.
but
That's good. It's okay. And while that is happening, one thing to mention about the MCP server, I think there are like two different reasons that might be the issue. One is something to do with the network. So it might be that something is blocking on your computer to access the MCP server. That's
Okay.
one theory. The other thing is we can always retry and restart Windsurf. So hopefully the next time we are on the stream, we are doing this because that would be like a restart of Windsurf. We can use the MCP server.
okay.
So yeah,
Sounds
because
good.
it is working. Sorry, go ahead.
I said sounds good.
Yeah, because it is working on my machine, so I'm pretty sure it's nothing to do with the MCP server. It might be something like we might have to just restart Windsurf.
Okay. Woo.
And it created a doc for us. All right,
Did
for
it?
now, let's just accept all. So we now have this plan in here, which we can use in the next live stream.
Cool.
All
Do I need to
right.
save it or it's automatically saved in there?
It's automatically saved in there. So if you see now on the left-hand side, there is now a new doc, Luma City Invitation Plan.
I see. Cool. Okay. Thanks.
Awesome. All right. So we are almost on time. So let's do a quick recap of what we kind of covered today. We talked a lot. I feel like we talked a lot.
We did. As
think
always,
so.
we're yappers, big yappers.
We are the yappers, but again, we're also talking to AI, right? So that kind of goes in there.
Yeah.
But Catherine, anything that was like a highlight from today's live stream for you?
I mean, I think it's just a really cool thing for me to practice doing this. I think that I liked learning, I think it's like a practice thing. I have to also develop, there's many tastes, there's many things that we learned about. And I think just figuring out what my palette is, practicing using it, I think that that's going to be a really cool thing. And I can see already, I have ideas of how I can be using this a lot I think everyone can use it a lot. So I think it's a really cool and important thing for me to be learning. And I'm very excited that you have taken the time to do this with me.
Thank you so much for again joining this live stream. I know it's a different kind of a live stream, but thank you so much for also being brave and coming on in here and trying out things with me. Thank you so much. And folks, we are gonna be back, so keep an eye out on Twitter. We are trying to figure out the schedule for the next one because both Catherine and I are gonna be traveling and are gonna be at different events. So again, I'm just gonna plug this, give a plug over here. If you want to meet us at any of the events, you can always follow our Luma calendar, where you can check where we are gonna be next or where someone from the Cloudflare team is gonna be there. So always you can go ahead, subscribe to our Luma calendar, follow us on Twitter, LinkedIn, anywhere that you are active, and just to be posted about what and where we are in the world.
Awesome.
Awesome. Thank you so much, and see you soon. Hopefully, see you soon in the next one. Take care.